Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Grundle. I work for the Laborers International Union of North America. I'd like to welcome you today to our press conference. I will be serving as MC of this event. First, I would like to introduce Mayor Kate Gallego, who I have so many things I would like to say about her, but we have worked for almost half a decade on this project to raise the minimum wage for city employees. So it is my pleasure to introduce her today to speak about minimum wage for full-time city employees in the city of Phoenix. Mayor?
Thank you. Yesterday was my first City Council meeting as Mayor of Phoenix, and I am very excited to share that the City Council unanimously passed a minimum wage of $15 an hour for our full-time city employees. This is something we've been talking about for at least half a decade, and we want to make sure that our full-time city employees have the chance to have a good career path and a fair wage. It was wonderful to see the entire City Council support our employees, saying that they are doing such important work. This means that a police aide can maybe have to make fewer sacrifices and trade-offs. The folks who are keeping our cities clean will have a fair wage, and it, for many of our employees, means additional few $1,000s in their paycheck. So we're very excited for that show of support from the City Council and the great partnership we've had, particularly led by LiUNA. So as they set up and worked towards their contract, they said that having this fair wage for our city employees was a top priority. They bargained on behalf of people who were not their members as well as their members, and it really helps us make a stronger city. We are very excited that that will be implemented in next month, so it will be coming up in May. People will begin to see larger paychecks. I hope this will also help us be a more attractive employer and that more people will want to work at the City of Phoenix, knowing that they get the $15 minimum wage in addition to good benefits on health care and retirement. We want to be a top leading city. We are a service organization. Most of what we do at the City of Phoenix is led by people, and so we want to have the very best folks and pay them fairly. And it was really exciting for me that we could do this as my first meeting as the Mayor of Phoenix. I hope it sets a good precedent for saying what type of city we want to be, that we want to be a city that works for everyone, including our employees. So thank you to my colleagues on the City Council for this great effort. Thank you to Ed Zerker, our city manager, and his team for supporting it and saying, yes, it does cost more money, but it will be an investment in our city and create a healthier, stronger city for the long term. I'm grateful to all of our partners in the community and look forward to celebrating this important milestone. Thank you.
Our next speaker is City Councilwoman Alejandra Guevara.
Good morning, buenos dias. What an amazing thing to celebrate. So our Phoenix City Council's unanimous action yesterday to guarantee a $15 minimum wage for our employees was a huge win for working families. As council members, it's not our duty, it's our duty not only to value the work and labor that our employees provide to our city, but to also ensure our employees' ability to provide for their families. Whether it's our library clerks, solid waste workers, our secretaries, Phoenix employees deliver for our residents every single day. And Council's actions yesterday delivered a $15 minimum wage for our employees. But let's be clear, the fight for an increased minimum wage in Phoenix or throughout Arizona has never been led by politicians. It has always been led by working people fighting for opportunity for their families. And I'm grateful that we're joined today by LiUNA and LUCHA and organizations that advocate for working people every single day. Phoenix should be a place where working people can get ahead, where they can provide for their families and save for the future and invest in themselves and in our community. And it's exciting to see our city leading by example, making sure our minimum wage employees are paid a wage that allows them to do just that. I look forward to working with my colleagues on the council to ensure that Phoenix continues to be a place for opportunity for all people. Thank you so much.
I'd like to introduce our next speaker, City Councilman Michael Nowakowski.
Give me that. Uh-oh, somebody's having some problems there, huh? Well, I've been on the council going on 11 years, and it's been incredible. This fight has been going on for about 10 years that we've been trying to get at least to raise our minimum wage to $15 an hour. And yesterday, it was amazing. It was amazing just to feel like, wow, it's finally happened. To be the best ran city and to be the #1 city in the country, we need to make sure that we have the best services. And we have the best services in the city of Phoenix. And those people that provide the best services are the workers that we see right here. And we need to make sure that we, as elected officials, as the city of Phoenix, we take care of those people that take care of our residents. So yesterday, voting for a $15 minimum wage, it was an honor and a privilege for myself. 10 years ago, we had to make some hard decisions. We had to make some hard decisions and a lot of budget cuts. We're looking at cutting some libraries, and we're looking at cutting youth programs and senior programs and all kinds of different programs throughout the city of Phoenix. And I believe we took the Team Phoenix approach, where we sat down with our employees, with our unions, and we worked it out. But we worked it out with a lot of sacrifices from these individuals that are in the room right now. And I want to thank you for those sacrifices that you've done, those furlough days that you've taken, those cut and pays that you've taken, those years without a raise that you accepted to make sure that my 6 children have libraries that are open, that my 6 children have parks that they can play on. It's amazing, the sacrifices of our employees. And they're the ones that we should be saying thank you to, because they're the ones that made it all possible. And for myself, as a small token, making sure that they say you guys are unskilled workers, that's bull. You guys are skilled workers. Try to go and cut 100 acres of land, grass. Try to keep those golf courses green. Try to keep those plants in the middle of a road green and looking healthy. It's these individuals that do that. That's skill. That takes a skill. And to me, that's a skill that many people don't have. And I want to thank you for those people that are landscapers, those people that work in solid waste workers, those individuals that are police aides, that allow our police officers to be out on the streets while you take care of those little things that are tedious but are important. For those library clerks, those individuals that are there making sure our kids are behaving, but at the same time, teaching them how to read, helping them with those computers, logging in and logging out. And not just the kids, but our parents also. Our libraries have become a workforce center, a community center, where parents now can go in there and learn a skill and help find a job. So for all those clerks at the library, thank you. And those are skills. Those are skilled laborers that I believe that we need to recognize them. So I want to thank you all, and especially Unit 1 for their hard, for the last 10 years, beating up on us, kicking us all over the place and making it happen, right? And that's what it's all about, is working together as a team. So thank you for being a part of Team Phoenix. Thank you for the sacrifices you have. And hopefully this is a small token of our appreciation as the city of Phoenix to you all. God bless you all, and thank you.
I just want to say I didn't literally beat or kick anyone, just for the record. Like, it did not happen.
I don't know about that.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying on the record. Next, I would like to introduce our partners who have also fought for minimum wage in Arizona hard, tirelessly. So, Alejandra Gomez.
Good morning, everyone. I stand with you here today on such a special occasion and a true example of when community and elected officials work together, what we can accomplish. So thank you so much. My name is Alejandra Gomez, co-director of Living United for Change in Arizona. And we're a statewide organization, member-led, with offices in Phoenix and Tucson. And our members are multi-issue. In 2016, when our families were having difficulty putting food on the table, they came to us and said, we need to do something about this. We need to be able to earn a living wage because it's getting much more difficult to be able to sustain our families and maintain family time. And so we led the Prop 206 minimum wage, earned paid family leave. And in 2016, voters and our members were able to pass an increase, 12 by 2020. While we're here celebrating today, the legislature is trying to undermine young workers. They are trying to undo what the city of Phoenix is actually doing today. They're trying to decrease the wage. So what I'm here to say is that we should do more of what the city of Phoenix leadership is doing. And the city of Phoenix is an example of what other cities across the state should be doing as well. So I applaud the efforts. Our members are thankful for everything that y'all are doing for workers. And thank you so much.
And I just have a few comments that I would like to make at the end. This has been a struggle. It has been something that we have worked as an organization on for many years in the city of Phoenix, and I have been here about 10 years. It has been kind of our blood, sweat, and tears. It has been the moment where we've seen people who have been at the grocery store and they choose, should I get diapers for my baby or should I get more groceries? Well, I can't really afford that because I'm making less, not just at $15 an hour. Some of them start out at $11 an hour. And I can't imagine making that, $11 an hour and having a family to support. That's a great incentive. We're changing lives in a positive way and being led by the mayor, by council. It has been something that has now affected so many families. At this moment, 150 families. In the future, thousands of families will be positively affected by everything that we've done to raise the wage here. So in closing, I'd like to say thank you to the mayor and council, to everyone that worked with us together on this so that we can move forward with the city of Phoenix. We'll be taking questions after, individually.
Also your team.
Oh.
Introduce your team.
I would like to, so here we have before us from the Parks Department, gardeners and groundskeepers, and David Flores would like to speak.
Hello, everybody. My name is David Flores, and I've been with the city of Phoenix for 3 weeks now. And yes, I'm new to them. This minimum wage raise has impacted many of our employees. I'm speaking in behalf of all city employees. They do a great job, as you guys can see. And, well, the minimum wage has helped with our families because now we're taking home a little bit more money and helping families out and everything with kids and stuff like that we have. We are really thankful to the mayor and also to Jennifer, LUCHA, and LiUNA for this fighting that they've done for us. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We are really appreciate it, and we thank you a lot. Thanks.
Great job. And now we've concluded this press conference.